Let's catch everybody up. It's 0-0. The gold is tied. Everything is fine. And we are in this game. We have, for Kent State, wait a second. I'm not even going to introduce. We got to just get right into the game, Keck. Some scuffles going on. Let me just remind everyone, Kent State needs to win this series, locks in their spot for third place in the LSS before we head into playoffs next week. And that's a really important game for them. They want to avoid the fourth place because they don't want to go into that first seed on week 1. St. Edward's University. Maybe a top 6 finish if I'm not mistaken, but no longer have a chance to advance into playoffs, just playing here to defend their honor, to get another rep to put Kent State into
from Galio. It's going to hit the first flash from Turtle. First blood going in for Ezreal on this Ashe hit. Finds the last auto. But Swin's going to pull in Ezreal here as well. Get the return kill. He doesn't extend himself much.
Yeah, okay. But kill advantage too.
And the gank coming in from mid lane here. Kashik's going to have to use his Q. I don't think he needed the flash there. He's going to pop his E to get some bonus extra damage. Ignite taken down. Kashik's going to get the kill onto Daku, but Mike Oxmon's going to have to flash out to get himself.
So scary there that there's no continuation of play from Nocturne.
Aggression coming in from Guardian Parts here on the Swain. But Applause is going to go and finds the taunt onto 2. Massive damage coming down onto Swain. Exhaust onto Vagar. And they're going to find the kill onto Guardian Hearts here. Turtle's going to try to find some return damage onto Ezreal here. But Ezreal is just autoing down. Return kills going to be traded here. Both going to take each other down. Well, Applause is recalling on a ward here. Geschikt is here. He's looking for clean something up here. But Applause doesn't know. Oh, but he knows. Justice Punch is going to find the knockup onto Geschikt here. But Geschikt still has his third Q. He's going to find the dash. He misses, but 2 autos. All he needs. 1 more auto is all he needs. And he's going to get the kill.
Let's see if he plays with it.
Oh, and Applause is going to look for another Justice Punch. Taunt onto 2 of them, but the cage is going to stun Applause. Doesn't matter. Swain is just too squishy. Ezreal's going to find another kill for himself. 3 kills on this Ashe here.
I think Freeze is coming. He's using... Look at this!
This is just them overstepping. They're not respecting that Galio engage. They're already so far behind. So here's Geschikt. He's looking for the game. He's going to pop his E. Finds the W, gets the shield, but the taunt from Galio is going to distract him. Ultimate coming through, but he's going to miss Ashe. Ashe is actually finding more slows onto Turtles, trying to kind of return kill. And she's going to find the kill. Ultimate coming through and gets the kill onto Turtle here. And Olaf is going to find the shutdown onto Ashe. 450 gold going over to him.
He's just going to 2v1.
And the ultimate comes through. He's just going to 1v2 this lane. At this point. Oh, man.
Okay. Okay. What was that? As we see Drake started up. So I got to get my head back in the game because St. Edward's...
Cage is going to find this onto Mike Oxmal, bros. Galio will be coming through as well, but he's going to be stunned up. Yone is going to get lots of damage onto Mike Oxmal, bros, but he's going to be the one that finishes off the kill. Ashe is going in deep, but she's going to burn the exhaust onto the Olaf here. But Olaf is going to get the kill onto Ashe. Shutdown going through. Olaf is so low, but they're unable to find the kill. Yone is still looking for some kills as well. Taunt coming through from the Galio, but he's so low, but he gets out. Ziggs is running for his life, but Guardian Hearts is saying, nah, maybe I can get the teleport coming in from Turtle. Maybe they can find another pick. The teleport speed boost, but just going to force the flash out of that queue. Oh, and looking for another fight here. Nocturne's coming through. He's going to look for engage onto the Yone here. Gets the fear going on, but Yone is going to be able to ult out. He's going to get out here, but his E still pulls him in. But the Ziggs ultimate finds the snipe, gets the kill onto Yone. A double kill coming in for Sir Poppincock on this Olaf.
We see the focus. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. Some technical difficulties, but we are live. We are in the game, and Kent State off to a lead already with a kill on none other than Kenny in the mid lane on Yone, and they also have an Ocean Drake. Meanwhile, we see Starponer here, and Moosinator getting plates bot. It looks like all is well for Kent State for some resistance from St. Edward's University. And this is Starponer's debut on ADC. I believe he's an AD main, but when we have seen him on the LSS broadcast, it's been, I think his first game was in the mid lane, and then he played top for a couple weeks, and now he's slotted in at AD. So Starpowner 12 showing us his versatility. I just need to see him go absolutely crazy here on his debut at ADC.
Very flexible player, it seems, being able to play multiple roles.
Most definitely.
And as we see here in the top lane as well, it's a tough lane for Shen, because I think Mordekaiser is one of his hardest matchups.
Yeah, do you think Kalistas here will slowly build a lead? Is it inevitable that Mordekaiser just stomps you out of lane? Or can Shen...
Oh, yes. There's no chance for Shen to come.
No chance? Okay.
Only way Shen ever wins this lane is if he turns it into a 2v1.
Gotcha.
AKA calling a jungler.
Yeah.
So, okay, looks like Musinator on the Galio looking for a taunt engage going in. And at the same time, top lane, Condurex is looking for a taunt engage onto the Mordekaiser here. He's actually getting a good chunk of damage here, but he has to realize that Conqueror Mordekaiser with the passive running wins this fight here. Mordekaiser is going to pull Shen into the death realm. The Darkness Rising is doing lots of damage to Shen. Shen is going to buy a lot of time for Hecarim to get up here, but Hecarim has to realize that Mordekaiser is going to heal off Triumph. There's also a fight going on in the bot lane. The Malzahar is teleported down, uses the ultimate to get himself a kill, and a double kill for Kalistas up in the top lane. Man.
St. Edward's Esports, almost with the ace minus Kenny. Kalistas 2v1 top lane. You said it. Heck, the Mordekaiser stomps that. Not only that, he had enough in the tank to deal with the Hecarim. Meanwhile, we see a roam, a TP from the Malzahar here with good old reliable Jarvan R, Malzahar R, and then Caitlyn gets a double kill. So 4 kills into the pocket of St. Edward's Esports. And now they are up 1K. They have a bounty on the Caitlyn, who is going to be curving in this game. The Mordekaiser is going to be going crazy. And man, what a turnaround for St. Edward's.
I feel like that lane, Shen versus Mordekaiser, after Mordekaiser hits 6, that's just a lane you don't touch. Because we already saw what happens there. Like, Shen is already in the death realm with Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser popped his passive, popped full stack Conqueror, he kills the Shen. Remember, when Mordekaiser pops his ultimate and kills a target in his ults, he steals that champion's stats. Hecarim then proceeded to force an additional 1v1 on top of that Mordekaiser, who A, already has his passive running, already has full stack Conquer, healed off of the Triumph proc, and has Shen's stats that he just stole. There's no way Hecarim's winning that.
And he randomly shields and heals for a ton in these situations. But we know Condurex is normally the support for Kent State, and he's filling top, so maybe it's just that it's his off roll. He doesn't really know that the punishment that can come from the Mordekaiser. And if you don't know everything about Mordekaiser, he's really hard to fight. And it's a champion that I'm weak against because I haven't played enough games on him. I haven't even played him at all. I haven't played him, so I don't know how his passive and shielding works. And so Mordekaisers are always punishing you. You gotta do your homework.
Oh, if you ever see a Mordekaiser in solo, just play Jax.
Oh.
It's the easiest lane. It's the easiest lane.
Yeah, I've played counter matchups into him and do fine, but when it's something like Wukong and the Mordekaiser, I get hard punish.
Oh, yeah. Painful. As you see right here, Shen, really not much he can do. He just hits by 1 Q, and he lost what? Almost a quarter of his HP. Right.
And it's gonna force him into an early adaptive, maybe.
Oh, and Lucian's going in with a dash into the culling. Good back rub going over to Turtle here.
And forcing the Caitlyn sums as well, so if they're timing those, then they can definitely revisit. And Lucian still has both sums, so some advantage on ADC for Kent State.
Oh, and Kenny's going to be face-checking his Shaked here, but it doesn't look like he's in a position to force an ultimate or engage onto Kenny. And right now, it looks like they have the advantage, they have the priority onto this dragon, but they look for an engage onto Red Team here. Kenny's going to find a shutdown onto the Caitlyn. Massive damage here, multiple taunt onto the fight here. Malzahar's looking for an ult onto the Lucian, gets a pick onto Starpowner here, and J4's trying to run for his life. He's going to get picked up as well. Leona's unfortunately going to be stuck here by herself and going to have to die as well. Kalistas teleported down, looking to try to clean something up for himself, but he's going to be stuck here in a corner by himself. This dragon fight looked so great for Red Team here, but now it looks like Kalistas wanted to do something more, but just looks like he just wanted to bite out more than he can chew. Kent State's going to get more off that fight.
Penn State swinging back really hard. They go ahead and start Drake right in front of 4 members, and we see it's the Caitlyn is already dead at this point, and this was after we saw a Shen taunt that got them a ton. So Blue actually winning this fight, even though it looked red favored when the replay started. They win it overall because they insta-gib Kate with the Yone Hecarim duo. After that, we saw Condurex come down, hit a massive taunt, and at that point the fight was over. So really good job for Kent State showing the power of Yone. And they go ahead and they also clean up Callistus, who was kind of just hanging around too close. I mean, Yone with his E can close a lot of distance, can knock you up, set you up for the taunt, and then snap right back and start that Drake. So Kent State, 2 Drakes to 0. It's going to be a mountain game.
And that right there, like that fight was just Kent State had the vision. They had the dragon set up, they had the choke, and they had St. Edward's funnel into them, and they had the engage onto them.
And you know what I think played a big part there is the speed of the Shen help versus the Mordekaiser TP. If Mordekaiser was in the middle of that fight, it would have looked very, very different. But the fact that he had a TP, he was late, maybe there wasn't a perfect ward for him to TP too, means that Callistus can't impact the fight before Condurex, and 5v4 for a short amount of time can get you a fight win and a Drake.
Also didn't quite see how exactly the fight executed, but was the Shen ulting on top of the Hecarim?
I want to say I didn't see either for sure, so I can't really say anything. But
Star Poner giving Turtle another free back massage with the culling.
Free massages. Yone with a express route to his 2-item spike that is going to be really hard for this team to deal with. They're going to need a Malzahar ult than Yone probably, so do you expect a QSS right after IE?
We'll see, because I feel like he's just really far ahead right now, and he might not even need it. I think he believes that the Phantom Dancer is enough shielding to keep him alive, where the ultimate won't matter. Plus, they have the Shen ultimate to keep someone who's getting Malzahar ultimate alive long enough. So Shen's going to try to taunt out to get away from this dive situation. And looks like St. Edward's is trying to get first turret, and they will get first turret by 1 second here.
Wow, a trade of turrets across the map. Pretty cool stuff to see. As we see Sir popping cock, popping the Herald. Condurex respecting, and it's on his way out of that one. He wants to deal with the Herald, but he's not.
Condurex is
2v2 or take this 1v1 even.
Condurex again just being a bit aggressive towards the Mordekaiser.
I have a quick question, Keck. Do you know how it works when Kenny, if he E's in and it's time for his E to snap him back, but he's in Malzahar ult?
I think he still snaps back.
He'll snap out of it?
I think he snaps out of it, yeah.
That's pretty tricky for Malzahar. You need to ult the Yone so he doesn't murder your entire team, but it can't be during his E.
It's like the same thing with like Zoe ult. Remember how if you ever seen like Zoe get ulted, she still goes back, but she's still like suppressed.
Oh, but it tethers all the way back.
All the way back.
So Malzahar could be ulting in like a screen away.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to see it in practice.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, obviously I'm not sure either. So that would be a new one for me.
That's the thing. I've never seen Malzahar and Yone in the same game.
Right.
Who still plays like, Malzahar willingly? I haven't seen that champion in a while.
I like the reliability out of St. Edward's comp, so I'm down with the Malzahar.
Nowadays, everybody wants to play Zed, Fizz, Yasuo, Yone,
Yeah.
solo queue, so you don't really see these point-and-click champions. Again, we see here, like, Callistus, like, Mordekaiser, he can just do this to Shen because it's just, yeah. Juggernauts seem to have their way with tank tops in general.
Definitely. And you see the Leandry's burning on Condurex already. He hasn't adapted, but does that mean that Kate can actually crit him and deal damage to him? Because then Kate, who's 2-1-0 with IE already, she can...
Oh, but Sir Poppincock shouldn't be greeting for wards like this. Okay, good. He's going to back off.
He heard you. And immediately dipped. And now I think both teams' sights are probably set on Drake. And look, this is the pressure point that St. Edward's can work with. They have Shen kind of stuck under turret. Mordekaiser has TP, so he must not have TP last time. I think he walked, and that's why he was so late. Or enough time has passed. I'm actually
No, at this point, I think he did just walk down. If we think about it. Let's take a look at
rush
the
setup.
timers. Oh, and Hecarim was looking for the engage. He finds his knockback onto the Caitlyn. Caitlyn flashes into the wall, fails the flash over the wall, and Lucian's just going to solo out Caitlyn here. 2 taunts onto the other members of St. Edward's teammates, and they're just going to be picked up. Dragon's going to be free going over to Kent State University.
Yeah, Turtle let his character walk too far away from the mall. You see Caitlyn flashing this blue buff wall would have been great. It's right to her Mordekaiser and her Malzahar, but you see she let her champ walk too far away from the wall before she flashed. You see that? Just one step is too much. Now you can't get over the wall. Starpowner sees her flash, follows with his, and the fight is won. If Kate would have flashed that wall, they could have maybe fought back, but that's going to be third Drake over to Kent State. And they're already on Soul Point.
You know, this game may be pretty, like, decently even in terms of the kills. Just in terms of pressure, it just feels like Kent State has this game under the incomplete control.
Most definitely, and we see both carries with the QSS already, so you nailed that on the head. It's such an obvious choice. They both rush right to it after the completion of their first item. And the fact that they're so ahead, they get this, it's only 19 minutes. Your Malzahar kind of useless at this point. Callista's not happy with those QSSs either. And Kent State, a team who can definitely play through Kenny and Starpowner here on AD and close the game out.
And looks like the next objective coming up is going to be the Baron, so teams are going to start looking to prepare for that objective. Hecarim in the top side looking to set up vision in the river area for that Baron pit.
And if you're Kent State, you have the luxury of playing Baron for 3 minutes and then resetting and going to set up Drake. Not 3 minutes, maybe more like 2.5 minutes. But what you should do is play to Baron and set up in that quadrant, see what you can get, and then just tear everything down and build it back up on the bot side when it's Drake time. You just go for the 4th Drake, and if you're ahead enough, you take the fight and win it. And if you get that soul, the game is not looking very good for St. Edward's.
And the other difficult thing right now for St. Edward's is that no one on their team can really 1v1 the Fed Yone. Kenny can just go into a silent and force pressure in that lane, and nobody can match him.
And I think Kenny with the QSS here could maybe dive the Malzahar at this point. I think that's such a big purchase for their 1v1 and how it works out that I'm not sure if Malzahar can even leave that turret in the side lane. But we see the pressure point for St. Edward's here, and it's probably the reason that they aren't really getting the control of the top half of the map, like I was saying, and playing to Baron, and it's because Callistus is such a strong unit. He feels comfortable walking in that blue quadrant, and Shen can't deal with him alone, so they'll need to set up a decent play here.
And here we go. Kenny's looking for the all-in onto Malzahar. He's going to use the QSS to dodge the Malzahar ult and get out of it. Sir Poppycock trying to here to back up Malzahar, but wrecked, and there's 4 people bot lane from Kent State here to back up the team. And here we go looking at top lane. Starpowner is looking to 1v1 the Mordekaiser. And Mordekaiser is holding his ultimate because he knows that Lucian can just QSS to get out of it.
Yeah, and we saw a really nice QSS into R from Kenny here, and that was enough to kind of outplay the Malzahar situation, right? It's as simple as that.
Oh, and Shen finds a taunt onto the Leona here, looking to pip off Dark Akemi here. This might lead straight into a Baron because there's 2 people from St. Edward's that have been picked off. This Kent State might look straight to Baron.
They could look Baron, but then are you risking a smite steal? Do you just play Drake? Drake's up in a minute, and it's Soul. I think they should actually just reset. If you're going to play Baron at 22 minutes, it risks throwing the whole game. And I understand that it might have been a good Baron angle. I just think the Dragon is a more reliable step for 22 minutes in the game. And we see pings coming out there. And a Mountain Soul pre-25 minutes, probably too much to come back from.
45 seconds until that Mountain Soul drops onto this map. Mountain Dragon, I say. Mountain Soul for Kent State. And it's probably going to be a Mountain Soul in this next minute, unless a miracle steal happens or if they win a miraculous team fight.
And I think the team fight is winnable. They just have to play it right. The gold is they're only down 2K. The Dragon stats are going to help in this fight, but it's not an unwinnable situation. Caitlyn has IE, needs to be getting crits. We see that Jarvan has completed his, what's that tank item?
Randuin's Omen.
Randuin's, which would be really nice into the Yone. And Callistus is on 2.
Oh, in the Hecarim with a great flank in the backline, finding some damage. Taunt from Galio finds 3. And this Hecarim is just doing some damage in the backline, just doing a lot of distraction. Same with Galio. Galio's going to pop a Stone Plate to soak up some more damage here, but looks like they're disengaging. Shannon's looking to look for a taunt onto Mordekaiser under the turret in the top side to distract him from teleporting down to this fight here. And Yone's going back in, looking for a pressure. Gets the kill onto Malzahar. He's unstoppable. Taunt onto the Leona. Leona's going a little too deep. Double kill going over to Kenny. Another knockup onto the Galio here. And he's going to be taunted as well. Kill going over to Galio, Musinator. And this Dragon's going to go over to Kent State. Shen ulted in to help the team here, but he's going to have to go back to match top lane. He's actually teleporting back because the Caitlyn decided to ult him to stop his recall.
And Kenny is on form today. He gets the IEPD QSS, and he's just unstoppable with the in and out that you can do on Yone. It's pretty crazy. I was thinking to myself, St. Edward's finally disengaged the Hecarim engage this time, okay? So I was thinking, Keck, maybe this is their fight. If you stall the Heck engage, do you win on the re-engage? The only thing is they didn't have their Mordekaiser with them. I think that made it really tricky. Also, Geshik's not respecting the distance that Yone can cover. Yone ease back over the wall and gives them for free. Able to snap back, and at that point, the fight was won for Kent State University.
And now that the Mountain Soul is secured over to Kent State, the only dragon that's going to be spawning from now on is that Elder Dragon. 24 minutes into the game, this is a really powerful dragon. So if Kent State doesn't end up the game in the next 3 or 4 minutes with this Baron buff, if they are able to secure it, they still have that Elder Dragon that they can turn to. And with this Mountain Soul, they are incredibly tanky.
Most definitely. With the QSSs too, how do you lock them down and kill them with this Mountain Soul? And we see Geshik working on a Death Dance. As soon as that's completed, it's a wrap. That item is too broken. And here's what you do right now, Keck. You take your soul, and for the next 4 minutes, you play Baron. Get yourself Baron, and then with Baron, take control of the map so that Elder is 100% free. Go get Baron, and then choke them out the same way we see boosted animals choking out teams. And that's the recipe here.
And we look at bot lane and see Mordekaiser and Malzahar ganging up, trying to look for some pick-off onto Kenny. But now they're thinking about it. They're backing up. They don't think they could pick that 1v2.
That might be their best angle. I'm not sure if they can fight into the other members. And yeah, he's 7-0, but if you commit 3 members, maybe it's enough to do it. Yone is a champion whose only defensive mobility usually is his R. And I think if you can work around that and his QSS, you can maybe get that bounty gold. If it goes on to Caitlyn, it could be something decent, but we see they go back to the 1v1 in the bot lane.
And we see Jay Ford. We see most of the team from St. Edward's on the top side. Okay, Kenny's looking for an all-in in the top. In the bot lane right here. Callista's going to use the ultimate. Death Round forces Kenny into the ult. Kenny's going to miss his 3rd Q knockup. He's going to ultimate to go back in. Galio's going to pull off his ultimate to go down as well. Shen ultimate coming through as well. They're going to throw 3 men bot lane just to take down Callistus on this Mordekaiser. And St. Edward's, maybe they're looking to start up Baron, but I don't think they have the damage to even capitalize on this.
What were all those shields?
That was
Yone just got like 4 shields.
First, Yone popped his Lifeline shield from Phantom Dancer, then the Galio shield, then the Shen ult shield. He had shield for days.
And he gets his own from his W.
Yeah.
He legitimately just got 4 shields there. That is such a feels bad for Callistus, who looks like he took a pretty decent 1v1 and that death round was winning it out, but
not to mention he starts off with a shield because of
the Mountain Soul. Effectively 5 shields here on any one given member. Pretty crazy stuff.
And so what we just saw here is that even though like maybe Callistus can take Kenny in that 1v1 in the side lane, he has to remember that Kent State still has 2 global champions that can still run down ball lane to help Kenny if he really does need that help assistance. Not to mention, Kenny also didn't choose to use QSS. He could have QSS'd to get out of that Mordekaiser ultimate, but he chose not to.
You're right. That's pretty 200 IQ. A lot of players, you have to remain calm when you're in that thing. When I go in that thing, I'm probably going to panic and QSS it because I hate being in there. But he remained calm, took the fight knowing he'd get 4 shields after, and it was all good as we see the Baron getting started up here.
So this is just Kent State going like, okay, we know we're ahead. We know we can just take a Baron fight, and we want you to come to us. We want you to fight us. We'll take the Baron bait. We'll take the fight. And here, Galio taking away the blast plant. This means J4 has to either take his flag and direct combo in, or he's going to have to flash in. All right, great taunt from there. Get some extra damage. Shen's going to flash over, trying to be a bit of a distraction. Malzahar's going to ult the Shen here, and it's going to be quite a bit of a fight. Taunt from Galio onto the Mordekaiser, and Leona's going a little bit too deep. Shen's going to taunt back into the Baron pit, and that's going to be some damage going on to Callistus here. Shen's going to get a kill onto Mordekaiser as Lucian does massive damage here as well. And it looks like Hecarim is looking for some damage as well as he runs back to the mid lane.
Yeah, just a really split situation. Sir Poppincock was looking for the steal and being disrupted by people coming over the wall. Meanwhile, Dark Akemi on Leona going in for kills, but that brought kind of Turtle alone into the river where Hecarim will now ult the Caitlyn. She's forced to flash. Overall winning situation for Kent State because Poppincock could not get that steal.
And now Elder Dragon is going to spawn in 50 seconds. So if Baron wasn't the win con here, once Kent State gets Elder Dragon, they can just run at the roster of St. Edwards. And they only need to do around 75% of that champion's HP to just execute them.
Yone could legitimately 1v5 with Elder, I think.
I think he could 1v5 with Elder, yeah. And now he finishes Death Stance, he's going to be healing with so much off of his damage.
And if he starts to lose the 1v5, you could Shen ulti, Galio ulti. It's probably going to get ugly. I think Sir Poppincock needs to find a way to steal this Elder and then win a team fight. If you're really far behind in your games, oftentimes your only shot back in is stealing Elder. And I think that's where St. Edward's University is right now.
So we see right here, Shen is in the top lane, pushing the top wave. And Lucian is actually mid alone, trying to get some cryo as well. And look at this, Shen, because he's actually has some gold now, and he has some items to fight Mordekaiser back, he's actually able to match this 1v1 now.
Yeah, he has the Mountain Soul stats. He has QSS in case he gets Death Realm. And Adaptive Titanic.
And now we're taking a look at this. Looks like Kent State is starting the Elder Dragon right now. And while Shen and Mordekaiser are actually duking out on the top lane right now.
And this is actually really nice from Convex. While your team is starting Elder, you're chunking their most powerful unit to like 40%.
Oh, and they're looking for an engage onto Sir Poppincock. He's actually going to go down right now. Sir Poner is on a killing spree. And Kenny with a great flank finds a kill onto Caitlyn. He's looking for the ultimate onto the Malzahar, but Malzahar's going to flash out and get away to safety. Actually, no, I take that back. He's going to go down as well. Leona's running for her life as well, but Lucian's going to flash forward and get a kill onto them. Who needs Elder Dragon when your team can just go down?
Yeah, just a complete stomp here. The Galio taunt, and that's all she wrote. Hecarim's like, alright, the fight is already over. I'm just going to get as many as I can with this taunt. We see Kenny's flank. He gets on Malzahar right here. Malzahar is as good as dead. Leona caught in the mix will go down. And if it's not end time, they're one push away.
And now they're looking to get, okay, now the Elder Dragon has been secured for Kent State. They're just going to take the rest of the bot lane inhib and mid lane inhib as well. And a blue buff.
See the gold lead is up to about 12K. Every box checked for Kent State University. It's a matter of time and one more decent fight. It does not even have to be a great fight for Kent State. They can afford to make plenty mistakes here.
Alright, Lucian is just going to start with the back rub. Looking for some big damage here. Hecarim is just going to dive straight forward, go for the Caitlyn, gets the instant kill. And Kenny's looking for some damage onto Leona here. Elder Dragon's going to finish it off from Lucian here, getting the kill. Mordekaiser's going to throw Hecarim into the Death Realm with him. He's trying to win a 1v1, but too bad the Death Realm doesn't last forever, and he's going to be killed by Galio and sees a Shen as well.
We saw tension building as those minions creeped up to the mid lane turret.
And Star Poner is not done padding his stats just yet. He wants to kill Kashyyyk here, but Shen says, nope, I want that kill.
And that will be it for game one. Kent State going to take the series 1-0 with a dominating victory on a team comp that I said, hey, they have to execute on. We didn't know exactly where everyone was going, but they all looked incredibly comfortable, led by none other than Kenny in the mid laner. I was telling you about this guy. He has that carry potential. He goes for the Pogger's plays, the play of the game, and sure enough, on Yone, 9-0-8. What a victory. And tension was building there when we were talking about, okay, all the boxes are checked.